Okay, call the meeting to order.
At 2:05.
2:05, Tuesday, October 17th. We need, do we do a roll call?
I didn't get
Yes.
that.
Yeah,
Would
we
you
do
try
roll call.
again?
Okay, member Todd,
Here.
member McKay,
Here.
member Duarte,
Here.
Secretary Sutton, Vice Chair Threckle,
Yes.
Chairman Griffiths,
Yes.
Liaison Seaman,
Here.
and Liaison Thornborough. And then presenting staff today, we have General Manager Nicholas Schneider and Operations Manager Adam Brown.
Okay, I guess we start out with Pledge of Allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Adoption of the agenda. Is there any changes to the agenda?
There is not.
Okay. Do you have
I move to adopt the agenda.
a second?
A second.
Moved and seconded to adopt the agenda as submitted. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Public forum. No? No. No one's interested in doing public forum.
Maybe up there? I don't see any hands.
No hands up there. Approval of minutes. Anyone have any objection to the way the minutes were submitted? Hearing none. Informational reports.
Motion to accept the,
Yeah, we did to accept the minutes, so if we can make an emotion to accept those minutes.
I so move. Second.
Moved and seconded to approve the minutes of September 19th. All in favor?
Aye.
Informational reports. I guess is that you, Adam? Or is-
So before we go to Adam, I just wanted to also make note that within the packet and also posted online was 3 small changes to the irrigation ordinance that were made at the board meeting. One was a duplicate sentence that appeared twice and it had to do with priorities. One was we missed the word within, so we put with instead of within. So we changed that, and the third one was we changed it to regularly billing. I can't remember exactly how it's worded, but it's included in there to show it's just some cleanup stuff. That was legal cleanups that we had, and just for the edification of the committee.
Okay, so informational or,
Informational only, yes.
yeah, we can change that. Review of current and future water seasons. Is there anything else on the information report?
Well, let's just make sure that if Adam has any
Adam, you
updates
wanna-
on irrigation, if he doesn't, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't have much. I think same as last month. Kind of we still have stuff that's still on the blood average for this time of year. Irrigation season is obviously winding down now towards the end of the month. At the end of the month, it will be getting turned off. Other than that, the temperature and precipitation outlooks for the next month are kind of equal chances to historic outlooks. Just a couple operational things. We're just focusing on some upcountry work right now, just in general, so we can maintain our flows throughout the season. We do a lot of work up there right now. So, other than that, yeah, it's pretty straightforward for this meeting.
Chairman Griffiths, we do have a comment online. It looks like Karen
Oh, Karen?
has a comment. Karen, we're gonna try to hear you. We're having still a little technical issues, so go ahead and try to speak and see if we can hear you. You are muted though, unfortunately.
Oh, she's still here.
Can you unmute her?
Might ask her.
Since July.
Karen,
Oh, it's insane.
If you're speaking, we apologize, we can't hear you because you're muted.
What about her phone over there? It's in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah, we can't unmute her, unfortunately, she had to unmute herself. She's muted on her end. You see the red microphone that's got a cross through it?
You almost, I mean, it still slows down, you almost work as fast as you can, they can click, and then you can walk through things.
What if we go to a different speaker?
It's gonna be
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
But yeah, it's nice. 18.2. So Comcast was like basically leasing AT&T line to do it. That's what's original.
I think the owl is not doing it.
So just unplug it and plug it back in.
Just did it instead, and chargers like $15,000, like it's just did it. Cool. Yeah.
Karen, if you still have a comment,
Right.
you have to,
So nice, man. You can
or unmute and then, and you can make your comment.
It's like between the paragraph, between Tyler and really fast, before I have to sit there and wait. So you get an answer to me quicker.
I don't think that cares.
Get all our pictures up really fast.
Cherie, can you hear us? Can you pop in and let us know if you can hear us at all?
I know. Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna go grab our other webcam.
I wouldn't worry about video right now, just worry about microphones.
Yeah.
How come the owl's not lit up? Usually it's lit up, isn't it?
As long as it's facing you.
What'd you say?
Technology's lovely.
Yeah, until it doesn't wanna work.
Is that owl?
Can't you type in chat?
Well, I just emailed Cherie and asked her if she can hear us, so we'll see if she.
It isn't there.
There is a type, but if she's on her
It's a
phone, it's a
noise,
lot more
but the wrong
difficult.
noise.
Right, I'm just,
See, it's outputting, but there's nothing coming out.
Yeah, I guess we could just join by phone.
It's fine, just.
okay, who is Karen?
I'm not sure who that is.
Oh,
She's gone though, right?
Can you, yeah,
It doesn't have the meeting.
can you text Cherie and see if, I just emailed her and see if she can hear us.
oops, sorry.
No, you're fine.
She hasn't responded, but I mean, it is. Whew.
Thank you.
Thought that was Karen, back to you.
Okay.
Can you hear us now, Cherie? I would just, you could just lean it up against something if you want. That's fine. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and start the recording over. Alright, well, we're gonna go ahead and keep moving forward. Go ahead, Chairman Griffiths.
Okay, I guess we've done informational reports as much as going to do. Action items, review of current and future water seasons.
Yeah, so we don't have any updates for this time. This is kind of a standing item that we're gonna leave on here, in case we need to, move things around at all, and I'm not identifying anything at this time that needs to be discussed. So I'll, if the committee wants to discuss anything, we certainly can, but if they do not, then that's fine. We are set to end here on the 31st of October, and, we're hoping that you guys all had a good season.
Sorry. I'd just like to say that we're cutting off water for some of our vines on today, actually, and the Cabernet we're planning to cut off on October 22nd. So we won't be watering anything to the end of the season, but it worked very well for us to have that extra month this year.
Excellent, I'm glad to hear that. I know that was a bit of a bone of contention throughout the district, and it's good to hear some positive feedback.
I got one comment from a customer in Pilot Hill.
Okay.
He's on that pipeline down there, and he's wanting to have all year round water.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough. I think, anywhere outside of where the treatment plants are, it's going to be tough, because we would have to maintain water in the canal below Sweetwater the entire season.
The dams down there wouldn't sustain a few users.
No.
at
I
Pilot
mean,
Hill.
it would for a short time, but you still have to supply those reservoirs constantly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's something we're exploring, but nothing that I'm gonna commit to at this time.
All right, I'll pass the word on.
Yeah, so just let them know that it's something that's kind of the updates to the ordinance were to try to explore those types of things and to see if that's worth it, but it's very difficult to do anywhere below Sweetwater, because then those canals have to be active 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
I know that we discussed moving it from a 5-month season to a 6-month season. When will we start talking about that?
So
If
that
at
would only be if necessary. So like if we had a situation like we had this year, we probably wouldn't move the season again. We would probably extend the season if we had another wet season.
Okay, so action item B, discuss annual custom communications and forms. Anyone
Yes,
have
so
comments?
this has been something that has been brought to our attention a few times. We pulled all of the forms and customer communications that get sent out, so that if there's any changes or any updates that we need to make on our end, we wanted to have the committee get eyes on everything so you can see what gets sent out, so that we can make sure anything here is updated or is the most current. So this is kind of a discussion item. This is very similar to what we did with the ordinance. We want to review all these documents and make sure that everything is up to date. Make sure that all the information is in there that we want it to be in there, and then kind of move forward from there. So we have the service application, so we can start there. And we don't have to make any final decisions today. This can be a review period today, and we can come back and we can finish, our review. I think we meet one more time next month before we are finished. Correct? Am I correct? Do we meet one more time, or is this the last time, Adam? I don't
It's
remember.
like the
Before we meet again, we'll probably meet.
Well, I know we don't meet every month. Is this the last one, or is the next one the last one? I think we meet one more time in
We
November,
can.
right?
They can meet every month,
Yeah.
They can, just what originally it was set up were, I think it
8
was,
months, something like that.
yeah, we were for sure out November, December, January, and we'd come back in February, but if we have something to talk about, maybe these applications
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, maybe we should do November.
If that's okay with you all.
This is only a suggestion. I don't make the rules here.
But you do have a say in what we discuss, so I don't know if there's anything on this application that we want to change, but I will be happy to take comments and questions. I believe that if you'll indulge me,
There's,
Well, you have 3 versions of the same form.
correct.
I wanna give us more information about that.
So these go out to different,
So active, non-active, inactive.
and they go, and we,
Oh, the other 2 are inactive and active?
correct.
And the first one combines them.
The first one is, Adam, you've done this before, maybe you can help me with some of these, because I'm not as familiar with all of these forms.
Yeah, I think the first one is maybe, that one hasn't gone out like that before.
No,
That's
I
it.
actually drafted that.
Right, so the other one is between inactive and an active customer.
Okay,
So you did this one, the first one we
Yeah.
ran into?
yeah.
Perfect. I have a couple comments on that,
Okay.
if you guys don't have any comments. Where am I at? The irrigation service accounts are billed bi-monthly in advance. Do we need to have the wording, changed to be as the ordinance states? Because that was that one little snippet in our ordinance that said,
No, I don't think so. Because this is where we can clean that up as the advanced part.
are you making these decisions or are they,
You asked the question, I was just trying to answer your question.
baby?
I don't think we need to, refer back to the ordinance.
No, it was changed in the ordinance because we had this discussion about billing in advance, but this year we are not billing in advance. So that circumvents the way the ordinance reads is in advance.
Okay.
That's the only reason I was saying, do we wanna make that kind of,
Just our bill monthly, bi-monthly?
yeah, or something where it's fluffy and not exactly the same, because, so if we go to 6 months in the decision next year, is it gonna be in advance or is it gonna be?
And I don't think customers really care whether it's in advance or behind or what, as long as they get their bill and they know what it's due, right?
Yes.
I would imagine whatever bill date is on it, be paid by should be sufficient.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the other one was, billing will be adjusted accordingly if temporary shut-off lasts more than,
So that should be updated to 3.
that should say to 3, and it also should say, by the district.
Well, just so you're aware, this isn't something that we did, and this hasn't been updated.
No,
to-
that's-
to
I'm just
the-
saying,
yeah. So
This is kind of the cleaner of the ones I've looked at.
It's
So,
just taking the information from the other ones.
right. So yes, that one would have to be cleaned up from the 5 to the 3, but also to make it clear that it's only gonna be adjusted if GPUD shuts it off
Yeah, we
versus
can update
me
that.
asking you to shut it off for 5 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And then are we really,
I think this first form, like a lot of this first form here doesn't have the information we had in the original. So I think we need to review that, make sure that's all accurate in general.
because the other forms say specifically what dates you're gonna be running and not running. And then the other question I had is on the, do you supply a pond with irrigation water? And then, which I think is a good question to ask, but also do we wanna know if they're supplying or is GPUD supplying, you know, like, do you have a GPUD pond on your property or not? Is that a question that would be?
So you wanna know if it's year-round or seasonal?
No, there are some GPUD ponds out there that they discharge into on people's property. And,
Really?
yeah,
Are they but that's not considered a customer per se, that pond, right?
right. But I don't know, do you guys know which ones they are and do you have a record of them?
Yeah,
Because
we
that's
don't-
the ones
yeah.
we need to address and have,
Yeah,
information specifically given to those people, what they can do and not do in that pond.
Yeah, so that just be
If it's GPUD owned correctly.
If it's GDPUD,
Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah, we would know, we know who those customers are. It'd only be a handful, talking like five or
okay.
four.
Is she on? I don't think she's on.
That was the only questions I had on that.
That's fine.
And then the
So this, like I said, this is just a proposed document that we haven't ever sent out. This is something that Christy provided to us, so we may or may not use this.
right, that's why I'm just cleaning it up with, because I think some of the questions are good.
Well, just to let you know, I didn't create this form from,
No, I don't mean it that way.
Okay.
I didn't mean that to come. It's something you took and
I-
combined. Yes,
exactly,
yes.
Thank you.
So the next two are ones we've actually sent out. So one we send out to active customers, and one we send out to former customers to see if they're still interested in coming back. If and we can, like I said, you guys can take these home or back and review later with more comments. I just wanted to start the conversation today.
And I'd like to see on that, that irrigation customer one, with those backflow certifications, we really need to, it would be nice if GPUD reached out to DMI and expressed to them that they give the customers a receipt, and we don't have to, like, beg them for a receipt.
I mean,
Because they send it to you, great, but that's not what you're asking. You're asking for the customer to send the receipt in, not DMI to send the receipt in. And they don't want to give us a receipt because they send it to you already.
yeah.
And
so-
that's a problem
Yeah.
I've run into multiple
So
years.
we'll revise that because it's actually state law for that tester to send it to us.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'm just,
we'll just revise that to make sure that,
yeah, so it's either get rid of that or we
Yeah.
have to, or the tester has to.
yeah,
The-
yeah. I'll put that in
something.
there, the tester,
Yeah,
because it's required.
I'd rather have the tester send it to
Yeah.
GPUD, because you send it to me, then I gotta send it to
Yeah, it's
you,
part of their license to do that.
you know, and
Right.
then, you know,
But
That's fine, I'll
but
update
this
it.
requires both of us to do it.
I'll update it.
Thanks.
yeah, we don't need both of us.
How many times have we gone through this?
I know. Every year.
Okay, so then the next one is,
Ooh, surveys.
oh yeah, the survey is the next item, so.
Oh, never mind then.
So if you wanna discuss any more of the forms, then we can discuss any more of the forms. Like I said, I would like you guys to take these with, and if you have any comments, you can review them at home. We can make this an item for next time. So, if there's any more comments, I can take them now, or we can move on to the survey.
I have a question. Oh, on the
Oh, I'm
survey.
so sorry, I didn't mean to not look
No,
over
it's
at
okay.
you.
No. I have a question on the survey, so I.
Okay. So, Chairman, I'll indulge you if you wanna, just make sure there's no comments anywhere, and then we can move on to item C.
Okay. Does anyone have any comments? If not, we'll take it up next time.
Is there a comment?
No, I was pointing to click up there.
Oh, no, I don't, nobody has their hand raised.
Okay.
Okay, well, we can move on to the survey then, I guess.
Okay.
So this is a survey that we found, that we sent out in 2018. Nothing here is set in stone that we're going to send out again. What this is a primer for you all to see what we asked for in the past and what we would like to continue to ask for in the future for irrigation customers. So,
Oh, this was for 218.
this is for the 218 survey, yes.
It had nothing to do with just irrigation.
No, this is just something that we, these questions are, we pulled the questions for the irrigation portion of that, but just as a primer. So if there's other questions you want to ask, then now is the time. That's what we just wanted to put this in here to start a discussion.
How many were sent out?
This was sent to every customer.
Which is how many? About
10,000?
10,000?
I remember filling it out.
And
What connection?
Was it, no,
Was it sent to every tree water customer too?
I think this is for the 218 survey.
it was the 218 survey.
And what is the cost of the survey?
It's part of the rate study cost. I couldn't tell you what the actual portion of this was.
Because it looks like you've got like
Not
12 to
much.
13 people who applied.
40, yeah.
Yep, that's how many
I
responded.
think it said there was like 41 or something like that.
Out of what, 4,000? Plus or minus.
Pretty good response, isn't it?
12 received,
So anyway, it's
yeah.
if we feel that a survey is warranted, we can do another survey.
Well, the one we did last year, how many comments did we get on improving?
Did we do it last year?
We didn't do one last.
I don't know, we did it one time. I remember filling this thing out one time.
Yeah, this would have been 2018.
This
we
was
did this.
when.
You were one of the 14 people.
I responded to it and they had to, they were surprised because they couldn't find it.
Maybe that's what
Mysteriously.
happened to mine.
All of a sudden it went,
No.
So, I know we've had a lot of discussion about a survey, and I just want to make sure that we are asking the right questions. So, here's some of the questions that we can obviously continue to ask. These ones, I think number 1 is a good one. Number 2 is a good one. Number 3 is a good one as well. I mean, 4 is, are you happy with your service? So we can keep that one or not. But I guess what is, what's that?
That one, those first questions got answered a lot. It was the later questions that didn't get answered.
Yes, well, it's a lot of the treated questions that didn't get answered too.
I
think.
see. I was looking at the page.
and the people answering these were not necessarily property owners. Let me shake my head, yes.
I mean, that's fine.
They were not necessarily, or no, they were not necessarily property owners, because that was done during that 218 thing.
Probably, I mean, yeah.
What's the purpose of doing this survey?
Doing
Thank
what?
you.
What is the purpose of doing this
The
survey?
current purpose.
Oh, well, this was something that the committee had asked to do.
This committee here?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
a year ago.
So,
Okay.
You send it out again to see if they're still happy with us.
I think we're sending it out to see about the interest in adding more services, more inches, stuff like that. So we're trying. This was to try to get
So this is strictly irrigation customer survey?
just irrigation. We're not sending this out to, not doing this again to all the customers.
So you won't get one.
Now, so we put out to them that we have an irrigation committee and that we have these committee meetings and that the public is welcome to come to these meetings and express their concerns. So I'm not understanding why.
And you can request more inches when you
Exactly.
apply before March 1st.
Exactly, and I have the same question that she does, is how much it's gonna cost to do this?
It would be expensive. It would be a couple $1,000s to do this.
What is the status of adding more inches, putting it out, offering more?
So there are limits to what we can add.
Yes.
There are inches available in many areas. Not every area has available inches, but
Right.
there are many areas that do have inches available.
Okay.
So does that answer your question?
Well, that answers the logistics, but what is the district doing to offer? I mean, are there going to be offers made, or is it just a matter of how are we going to make those offers?
Well, anybody is welcome to come and add inches anytime they were willing.
But does the general public know there are inches to be had?
No.
And what about the waiting list? I understand there's a waiting list. I have a neighbor who says he's been on it for years, and
It would have to be there's only 1 or 2 areas that have a wait list. Most areas don't have a wait list.
oh, they don't.
But
Where's the areas that don't have a waiting list at?
Oh, I would.
Up here?
There's only a
I
couple.
think just Kelsey has a wait list, right?
Main ditch too. and part of main ditch 1 on Upper Reservoir.
Does our end of the branch down there have extra water available?
Yeah.
Yes. Below you, there's a lot of different segments. Below you, it's tight. Above you, like what is it? The main ditch 2 has a lot available, which is above you.
Maybe you ought to do a mailing list to that area of people wanting to know if they want to add more water.
I mean, I think I think the plan was like kind of do it like develop the website to kind of show that, right?
Yeah, we're gonna put it on the website, definitely.
Because, you know, there's, I mean, I get people coming up to me because they know I'm on this board, you know, and
Sure.
and they come up to me and start talking to me about, oh, they want more water. I tell them go see the district.
Yeah, so when we do the irrigation water the season, excuse me, we do tell where inches are available.
Okay.
So off the top of my head, I can't answer that question, but we can go back and look at the report and we can show you exactly where inches are available.
Like I can tell you if you
Well-
really want to know. Yeah.
The question, I guess, is, you know, when these little, not survey, but the initial, do you want water this year comes out, maybe that, and say, I'm not understanding that $2,000 for a survey, if we put it out when it goes out with
That's,
the other one,
yeah,
then
that'd be
it's just a
fine.
copy and a extra piece of paper in the bill or whatever.
And that's totally fine, we can absolutely do that way.
Yeah, so then it is cost
But
effective,
But what are you asking us to send out is what we're trying to figure out.
well, I would like to see information on information on the amount of irrigation available in that area. So like if Bill and I get this form, there's also a cover letter with it that says, this is to let you know there are multiple inches available if you're interested in increasing your irrigation.
So targeted mailing like that would cost more money.
Well, you're not targeting that many people, because how many irrigation customers are there? 400.
We could, and you could
So-
do by route. Each
Yeah.
route is what's available.
So that's, we're
That's
not
fine. We
talking,
can absolutely send a letter out that says there's inches available in your area.
yeah, so I mean, it basically gives the overview of what the irrigation season means, if there's inches available for this area, and do you have any other questions? And here's exactly who you call to ask for those questions to be answered.
I haven't seen the irrigation bills. Are they similar as the treated water bills?
Yep.
Is there a section in the bottom where you can put stuff in there like you can on the regular water bills?
What kind of stuff?
Information.
Like a memo note?
I don't know if it goes.
Yeah, we do that in our business, we can add in, the postcards are cheaper than a letter as well.
It's like get the magnifier and blow it up.
Just putting it on the website is,
Well, you gotta tell them it's on the website.
yeah, I know, and if it's a resource, I went looking on the website for a bunch of stuff this past week, and,
We're doing a lot of work on the website.
I know,
I agree with
and
the
that's good,
communication.
but, you know, I mean, it is the 21st century. People should be learning to access by the internet, not by snail mail, right?
Well, and the problem you have is
I
that
agree.
people go to other people and ask them questions instead of
Coming
the
here,
people coming up here to find out the real answer.
Yeah. and
You
we
know,
could-
I'm sorry, it's like, I don't even bother answering anybody's questions. I give them a phone number of who they need to call, and they can give you the answer. Don't try to give them an answer, and that's what I don't like hearing that other directors do that. But anyway, you give them who is the expert in the field to get that information, so you can get something done. And get the district to be on the good customer service end of things. And they get to know Adam's not a bad guy.
Well, that would depend on who you talk to.
Jury's out.
He stole my buck, so he's on my list right now. So, yeah, but you know, things like that where they're actually having to work with the district themselves, you know, we are not, here are not the ones that give them the answers. We're the one that sort of fluffy puffies things so that they feel good to go to the district to get the answers.
I mean, I
I'm
would
not
say
doing
that,
the fluffy puffy thing. I don't care what you say.
I would say we absolutely can, send out a little cover letter that would just say that there are inches available in your area, and, I don't know, maybe you and,
Yeah, I think it would be pretty.
I'm thinking pretty down and dirty, just,
Yeah, I mean, make it simple and make it very brief,
okay.
because nobody wants to read this whole
And a link to the
dissertation of
website, that's
stuff.
fine.
No, just like when you send out the bill for the season, put a little paper in there saying there's more.
Well, like,
No, that's
water
gotta be
bill.
before.
Director Thembro
Or
did mention
before.
that there, I think there is an area where you can put like the
Pretty good
website.
area, and
Who reads
because
that?
a couple bills,
Well,
let me
that's-
return
I still know.
right down. By the way, I'm not ever telling you again if I help a customer. When you guys put in there about the
Lira.
financial assistance,
Lira.
you guys had it in all caps, it stood out, it had bigger font, I mean, it was in that bottom section where, what does it say down there? I forget. But anyway, it's a section on the bill. And I mean, that really stood out.
The only question is, I don't know if we can separate between treated and irrigation.
Even though they're
Well,
separate
you got,
bills.
don't you put out separate bills?
Yeah.
No, he's saying put it on the irrigation bills.
Right, okay.
The last irrigation bill might have already gone out.
Yeah, but we could do it for next season.
But what
So
I'm,
if we pre-bill, then we can do it for the pre-billing.
but what I'm saying is, the initial application,
Yeah,
and
we'll
then
send it, we'll
at
do
that
it
point
later.
you do it then.
Yep.
Then maybe when you get that pre-bill, you also have that tattooed on there that says
We'll put a
irrigation.
link to the website.
That irrigation must run 24/7 and put that whole little thing in
So,
caps
well,
on
put the whole
there.
ordinance in there too?
No, it's just
We're
that
gonna send the
20,
ordinance out to
Read
everybody.
ordinance,
it's that 20,
that's all you gotta put.
We,
it's a 24/7 thing that most of them don't realize they have to do. They have to turn that water on and let it run. They can move it around, turn it off, turn it on, but they can't cut it off for the weekend or because it's raining outside or whatever. And that's what we have a problem with. That's why there's all that overflow that goes on and why we lose so much water.
That's why you go down there in the morning and their sprinklers aren't flying. They're just sitting there because
Yeah.
shut the boxes down. You don't have any water.
Right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
It sounds to me like you're talking about offering additional inches to current customers.
correct.
You're offering to have former customers come back. What about totally new customers? And what is, I assume that there has to be a setup, something installed, there's,
Yes.
charges and that sort of stuff. Where's the information on that? And are those gonna be gone after as well?
I mean, that's part of our website that we do offer this as a service. To target everyone who's a potential new customer.
No, I'm not talking about targeting, but, it seems to me that it's not totally obvious and easily determined how to go about getting service if you haven't been a former and you're not just looking for more inches.
Yeah, I guess I wouldn't know even where to start on trying to find, how to get information to everyone that could be a potential customer, if that makes sense.
No, but I think it warrants, some thought.
Yeah,
I think that anybody that is interested in getting the service would just call you guys.
They do.
It's what,
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Just call here and see.
And the website's great because you can get a phone number off the website. I hate websites you can't get phone numbers off.
Yeah, I don't.
GDPUD one's good.
really quick, I did see Cherie, you raised your hand. I don't know if you still had a question or not.
Do your usual.
She didn't get back with me,
Oh, she did?
no.
Well, I saw her hand go up
You
and
guys
then it
going
went
through
back
a rough
down.
period?
We're having a rough
Oh, okay,
go.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think you're gonna have to entice people to do this, to get the new customers, to have the old customers come back and get more inches too. Maybe a 5 or 10% discount. Put
Can't
that
do
out
that.
there.
That's against the law.
Uh,
I got just a newspaper article,
I mean, we could absolutely do that.
because that's free.
Money
we'd have to-
talks.
We'd have to
Money
pay for
talks.
it.
No, that's an ad. If you have somebody do an article,
We've tried to put out articles and they won't even pick up our press releases,
really?
really.
Who, the local one?
And do we still have addresses and stuff from past people that have water that no longer take it in that area down
No.
there?
Sure wants to
Boy,
talk.
she's pretty demanding.
Yeah.
Oh,
That sounds
don't
like
wanna
a
talk?
wife for sure.
we're lost.
She said she can't listen.
Oh, it's not working? You can't listen?
Yeah, I just got your email. Sorry about that, Sheree.
So she can't hear us either?
No, I don't know what's going on. There's something wrong with the technology. It's just
Well,
one of those days.
you know, we lost customers because of the big breach jumps.
We did,
And
but
that's a trigger that, okay, how can we get those back?
You could appeal to their sense of environmentalism, because the more customers you have, the higher the water basin goes, which is good for the entire community.
Right, but that's what I'm trying to say, is we need to see of how we get, I mean, let me go up there. The previous board didn't want irrigation, wanted to kill it completely. You know, now we have a board that's not taking that approach. We have an irrigation committee, and it would be nice to figure out how to work to get people back into the system. And I haven't seen that happen.
Expand the system in places.
That'd be the easiest way to get more
what?
customers.
we could expand the system to other places, but that would cost money.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking to the customers we lost.
So,
We went from, I don't know, 4 whatever, down to 418 or something, 450 something to 418, and then the inches dropped like a bullet.
Because you raised the rates.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but-
We lost them for a reason, and the reason is still there, they're not gonna come back
But you
as
don't
long
know
as
that.
reason's there.
Right now, they may
Oh, I'm
be,
pretty sure.
well, you
but
don't.
like to address the
If-
comment from the public, I can't make a discount for one customer
No.
over another.
I'm not talking about discounts.
Well, I want to make sure that we get that on the record. It's because that would be an unfair, I'd have to give that discount to everybody. There's just no way. So just to answer your question, if I said that, then I would, you ever gotten a new cell phone? You ever gotten a new cable bill? You know,
Yeah.
people get really mad when you give a new offer to somebody new, but not the old people. And the
Watch it.
public utility code wouldn't let us do that.
We could promote sweep grants, the grants that, I know, I've applied for them for.
Well, the only thing you could do is if we have addresses, all these people that don't take it, you might send something out and say, hey, there's water available if you're interested.
Well, yeah, we do send that out to those that are former customers.
Yeah,
So we can add that into we'll add the letter. I mean, we still send out former customer applications. So if they really want to sign up again, then they can sign up again. We'll put the letter in to say there's still interest available in your area. You're a former customer, we'd love to have you back, stuff like that. So, I mean, that's definitely something we can do.
Yeah, because when we got that rate increase, it was jumping, 10% a year like. So, yeah, no wonder everybody was bailing, because,
You could do a comparison to the cost of this district compared to other districts.
yeah, but I think just seeing
That would
that,
be compelling, I think.
yeah,
I mean, I have no idea what it is, but it seems
I would
like,
say we're one of the lowest.
yeah.
You look good in a graph.
What would you say?
You look very good in a graph.
Oh, good look, yeah.
Yeah, if you get a graph with all the different.
I did the math earlier.
Yeah,
That's not a motivator.
What?
That's not a motivator, a pocket focus.
No, I know.
Yeah, but if you're less than everybody else, I mean, I understand it may not be the motivator, but we sell our water for about $120 an acre foot when it comes to raw water.
It was all part of the 218 too, that was well publicized.
yeah.
That
I
we were
could-
cheaper.
Seeing that big jump of 10-15% every year was a fear factor of, do you really want to keep having it Or do you wanna, were they reducing it to try to still have it, but, save some
I don't
money?
think you'd wanna do anything until you find out what the rate study comes back with, because you don't wanna get these people in on the current rates, and then the next thing they know, it's
Well,
gonna
they
be
can
making
drop it.
another jump.
Well, we don't know what it's gonna do, but the thing is, that was what happened. I'm just explaining why we had that big dump of inches. It wasn't because all of a sudden nobody needed water. It was because they were seeing 10 and 15% a year for irrigation. It wasn't that way with potable water, but it was that way with irrigation.
But we lost customers before the first increase would have taken effect, and no increase ever took effect. It's still the same price it was when it got raised in 2018. It hasn't been raised since then. And we lost people from Jump Street as soon as.
I'm just trying to explain why I think that we lost those customers. I know I have somebody sitting in this room right now that dumped 2 inches because of the cost, not because of, what you're saying. So I'm just saying, if we need to just look at it and say, okay, take a look at us again. The district is a working body that's actually working well. It wasn't before. Let's move, let's go with the positive here of what the district has become.
You might not get much interest at the moment anyway. With interest rates so high,
Well,
it's really tough to add to your costs every year at the moment.
right.
Do we have another rate study on the horizon?
Yes, so we
Yeah.
have to do it every 5 years.
Oh crap,
Game on.
okay.
Yeah, and we're anticipating sometime next calendar year having that completed.
Okay.
So, it seems as though we don't wanna do a survey, however, we do wanna send out a letter that says that there's inches available, which we can do. And then, to both current and former customers, that will include, what is out there. Am I, getting the consensus of the committee? Okay.
Okay, shake your head.
In either direction.
So,
Whichever direction you feel.
did she wanna comment on anything? I don't know if she
You
would.
wanna say anything, Sheree?
About what subject? I don't even know what subject you're on.
Talking about the survey and
Survey.
but we're not gonna send one out, is what basically what we're saying.
You only got 10% back?
We got 40 respondents last time.
Yeah.
Not even
It's like a percent. Okay, Chairman, I think we can move on with that.
Where are we?
Item 6D.
November.
Oh, approve rescheduling a regular November irrigation committee to a special meeting.
Yeah, so we have a conflict. I believe multiple people have a conflict for when this is supposed to take place on the 16th. I will be unfortunately out of town at a conference that I'll be speaking at in Auburn. It's the water forum for the mountain counties, so I was requesting that we either move this to the 9th or the 7th.
And I will be there as well.
And the 7th is actually really rough for me because I have a pending meeting as well.
So
So,
election day, it's rough for me, so.
so maybe if we want to not have a November and we want to move into December, because all of those dates actually have become really, really bad for me.
December sounds good.
December sounds
So
good.
did you say, you said the 16th was bad?
The 16th is bad, the 9th is bad, and
Is
now
the-
the 7th is bad for me too.
Is the 14th bad?
That's a board meeting day.
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's,
bad for you. Stay here all day.
So if you want to be here, we'll do it. We can all pull our hair out. But if you want to do,
you can't do the 21st is too close to Thanksgiving.
the 21st is Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
She was right, it's pretty close.
No
Oh,
way.
the 23rd. Sorry, the 23rd is Thanksgiving. I apologize.
No.
It's always around the 26th.
Y'all could have a
21st,
turkey
you
dinner,
wanna-
we'd come.
Yeah, you all come. We'll cook a turkey and we'll have a day of
Bring wine.
it. Bring the wine. I love it. All right, let's do it.
Hey, yeah, we got our,
If we want to do
So we're looking at the 28th? Because
the 28th, I'm out of town.
30th is the,
I'm
what do
out
you
of
call it?
town.
Yeah, but we don't need you.
Oh, then by all means, you guys can have a meeting without me. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. We could do it the 1st of November, but that's right around the corner. I mean, that's only 2 weeks from now. We could do it.
That's what's the second?
What's the beginning of December that will look like?
We could do it the 7th. Well, it's a finance committee meeting though.
We got a joint meeting then, right?
Just have
And it's
everybody.
election. Of whoever's running. for
November 7th is the election, 9th is fine for me, so December's,
Whose election?
the country.
This November? I thought it was,
It's the odd year election.
oh.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, you're right, it really is an important one.
Wake up,
So,
My God. I know they were voting this morning.
We could do
Yeah.
December, no, like December 5th. Oh, jeez.
Next year.
nothing wrong next year.
You can pick a day and I'll just tell you whether I'm good or not. Because
in December?
yeah, sure. February.
Hey, we're
January.
getting better, man. Go to do I hear March?
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could do January and do it on the 11th.
isn't that?
Board meeting?
No,
Thursday.
11th is
Oh,
Thursday.
so I'm operating.
January 4th or 11th. Yeah, that'd be fine. Either one of those days. 4th is a Thursday. They're both Thursdays.
Does that give us enough time to review the forms and everything and get them put out for putting
Yeah.
out to the public?
When do we send
They
them?
get mailed out the 31st December.
So then we need to see,
Have to meet in December.
because the board wanted to see the forms
We can
before
meet-
you put them out.
We can meet the 18th
Are we
or
into?
the 11th
What month?
December.
Those are Mondays.
Yeah. I'm
But-
just I'm snowballing here, trying to figure out where we can do here.
Well, then, how's the board gonna see them? I just heard the whining about they thought they should see them if there were changes made.
December 4th, we could bring them to the board on the 12th.
Wait, 12th is it?
I moved.
Huh?
12th is Thursday.
I could do Mondays.
December 12th?
Wow, never mind, the wrong year.
What?
I'm like, that's what I did to her because I did the 21st. So December 4th, tell
Monday?
me what is working about, or December 4th or,
I'm good on any Monday.
I have a question for the board. Some boards have alternates. You can send somebody else if you can't make it. Is that a possibility of something we can do here?
unfortunately, no, it's you who is appointed. So, but we don't necessarily need you. I know that's gonna sound really horrible.
That wasn't
As long as we
nice.
had 4 in the room,
We've
we're
got
good.
her here.
Because there's 5 in the room right now, so we're actually good.
Yeah, no, my son is very involved in the vineyard. And I know I'm in DC 1 week in December. I have no idea which week.
Yeah, I
So-
understand.
But that's okay.
We could probably put him on the committee
We
too.
might consider that next year. Because he's up
Because we
here.
do have one opening if he wants to apply.
Oh,
Is there a
would you
nepotism
want
thing?
2 of us? Is that legal to have 2?
I'm just asking.
Heck, yeah.
It's not nepotism.
You have to
You're not
apply.
voting on it, so it wouldn't be.
I can tell you what, he's better qualified than me. He's a crop science graduate from Cal Poly, and he actually does the farming.
Well, he'd
Is he
probably
over
appreciate
18?
that.
Yeah, he's 22. Yeah,
He'd probably appreciate that. That'd be
he
good.
would hate me throwing him under the bus, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's part of his life
It's
now.
not throwing him under the
Oh,
bus.
we're throwing him
It's
under the
giving
bus.
him experience with his new information that he got.
Just after
Have
working
him
hard
send
all
me an
day,
email.
he might not want to do
Expressing
that.
interest, and we can.
Okay,
have them.
If I remember
And then
my
it's up to the board
upbringing.
anyway, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yes.
It's up to the board,
The
it's not
board
up to you,
interviews
so
them.
there's no nepotism.
No,
No.
no, it's up to the board, nothing to, and I can abstain from that.
And you don't have a supervisor in here and you're not gonna be supervising him, right?
No.
Then not nepotism.
The wrath of Moan.
Not
If you,
even favoritism.
if you wanna do a Tuesday, we could do December 5th, 4th or 5th, and I have a meeting that I can just cut short that day.
I like the 4th.
December 4th and 5th?
4th or 5th, you guys choose amongst yourselves, which, whatever be easier on you, Al,
It's a Monday, Tuesday.
Monday or Tuesday.
Either are fine by me at the moment.
Either,
Do we need a motion or something?
We will need a motion, yeah,
I move to make it December 4th
at 2 o'clock.
at 2 o'clock.
On a Monday?
I'll second it.
Actually, that works, yeah. I'll say that.
Okay, been a motion and a second to
Is everybody
make the
good
next
with it?
meeting December 4th at 2 o'clock. Is that right?
That's correct.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
So that passes unanimously, 6-0, 5-0.
Well, then whatever form we get done,
5-0.
they get done, then it could go.
Well,
on the-
what we're gonna do is we'll do the letter. We'll bring the letter that we're gonna send in, send out.
And the form.
Okay, which form? Because we're gonna send out the forms that we have now, because one goes to regular customers, one goes to former customers.
Those can come to the board
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that
yeah,
time
yeah.
with
That's why I'm doing
with the
this
little
before the
minor
board.
changes with
Yep.
the letter to the board on the 12th
Yes, yes, and we'll.
of any irrigation committee recommendations.
Great, I would absolutely do that, and I'll have, no, I'm agreeing with you.
I know.
Oh, I'll have Adam and Stephanie draft the letter that goes out to the customers that say we have inches available, and they will be they'll have to be targeted, so there might be more than one letter, so we'll just break it down by each region that we have. Say there's X number, and I almost don't think we should say there's this many inches available, just say there's inches available.
And emphasize how they're chosen.
There could be.
That is a lottery.
available.
We have to emphasize that, you know, you can't just say, hey, yeah, I want an inch and you'll get one. But there's some
Yes.
sort of a selection process.
We will
And do you ever
Take the language out of that.
tell
Yes.
people, oh,
Right.
you've got it? Because like
They
all
can't do it until you guys approve it.
No. I apply for so many inches, which I apply for every year. I don't hear anything back
Right.
until I get a bill.
Yeah, but you're a former customer. You're a current customer, so as long as you're applying for what you are, you're not changing anything.
But you're missing my point. Is that
you're
nobody
not
really
chang-
knows if you ever really get it.
Yes,
You're under the assumption you got it.
Right.
But you're not changing anything, so we're not gonna notify you.
You're missing my point.
No, I totally, I understand what you're saying. You're saying we haven't notified you back that, hey, we heard from you.
There's no confirmation.
Right, because I know I've gotten it.
But the
Why,
bill is your confirmation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but no, by
And it
that
comes before the water
no,
does.
because by that point it's too late because you needed to be notified that A, you got it.
No news is good
B,
news.
I
No news.
No news is good news.
For the applicant, that's what I'm saying.
you're not on my,
I
you're
know
getting on
you're-
my list, Adam. Anyway,
Well, you know, we'll be deep into it.
Right,
so the point is.
Yeah.
right.
I have to submit it, I don't know if you've gotten it, because we did have this happen once. Then I have to get my backflow preventer tested, and that's submitted. So, I mean, there's,
We don't
I
do
need
the backfills
to,
every year though, do we?
yes.
Yes, there's a
Once a year?
certificate, recertification.
Yeah.
I thought they were good for 3 years.
I wish,
Nope.
that would be good.
That would be nice.
Yeah, I like that. That'll save me some money.
So, yes,
And
that's
I
why
wasn't
I'm,
notified that I needed one that first year, and so.
yeah, so
I
that's
had
why
to
I'm just saying,
double up
it would be
and
nice to
really
have
going
something
fast.
back that says, yes, you have it. Now I know it's triggering me to get my backflow preventer done, and I don't have to scurry and get,
Well, after the applications close, I mean, maybe we haven't reached out before, but generally, like, yeah, we'll reach back out if there's an issue where you're applying for more. But yeah, I guess we're going on the assumption that if you have had water in the past.
and I don't know if you've gotten it.
Right.
That's the problem.
Okay, well, that's.
I
fine.
mail it to you, it's gone into that hole.
But don't you contact the existing, if his existing customers don't renew, don't you contact them?
Yeah.
No news is good news.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We absolutely call
Yeah,
them
we
all.
do,
If
yeah.
if they do
I got it
not-
because I walked in the building
Well, no,
and
he's not saying you've already had one.
No, but if for some reason you don't send in, like you decided one year you don't wanna do it, we would contact you and ask, are you sure you don't wanna do this?
They
We didn't
do.
receive any application request.
If I've missed something, they always communicate with me.
Yeah, we always ask if you,
I don't get it.
what do you mean you don't get it?
Because you sent your
You're,
application. That's what we're saying. If you don't,
If I sent my application in, but I don't know,
yes, we're saying if
there's
you
nothing that
don't.
says, like, I can go in on maybe Water Smart or something that says,
You
chick,
could-
chick, you've checked
That
that
would be
box.
good. Can that be done? Just to check in on their accounts on WaterSmart?
So you see what, maybe on irrigation, it's like, okay, application was
Yeah.
submitted, backflow preventer was certified.
Current season date.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, let me add something to this. I, this year, filled out the application, dropped it in the mail with a postage stamp. It never got up here.
Did you get a call?
No.
See, that's what I'm saying.
I came up here and asked if they had it, and they said no. And so I went home and,
When was this though? Was it way before we would have made a phone call? How long until you?
yeah, that's probably what the situation.
oh no, I always check before the close
Close of what?
of the, the close of
The
the
deadline.
time.
March 31st, yeah.
Yeah, so then you would have, that would
No,
have been
March
before we would have
1st.
contacted you.
Okay.
So,
March 1st
so,
deadline.
so if you come before the deadline, then we wouldn't have had a chance to call you.
I know that, but I'm not gonna wait till the deadline, cause that's
And it's too
just
late.
not how I roll.
No, and that's great, but not everybody's like that. But what we're trying to say is, in your case and in your case, we would have contacted you if anything changed. If you changed,
You're making an assumption that everything works and we have no history with this district not working. So, moving on from that, we're trying
we
to
have
be
to remember-
believers that this is now a new era in the district and everything
That's
will
what
work
I'm
right.
hoping you-
But nobody will be, well, I can't tell you that. But anyway, is there a way now that we could find, like, where we see it's been checked off?
I don't-
We know that,
we can come up with
3
something.
minutes is up.
We can come up with something.
Well, then
We can-
I'll chip in with my 3 minutes.
thank you,
We'll come up with something.
and she's on the committee.
We did that.
So, down and back.
We did that one time many years ago. That was great.
We'll come
Remember
up with
that?
something, if it's something we can do in Water Smart, or if it's something we can do, I just hate to send out a whole other set of letters or
Or an
whatever.
email that says we've gotten your,
What if you don't have your email though?
you do have your email.
Yeah, you've got
It's
all
on
the
We
form.
don't have every,
Is that on the form?
no, what if we don't have their email? What if we don't have your email?
It should be on the form, and you do have my email.
Yeah,
What happens if somebody doesn't put their email on the form is what I'm trying to say.
And we have a pretty
In fact,
good-
that may be,
An
still short,
email
though.
and
that
Okay, so
would need to
wait
be
on
added
that
on
morning
It's
when the
on
water's
ours.
supposed to be.
It's on
there,
ours,
check.
that's not our form.
Okay.
It's on that.
yeah, and then, there's a post office that is not reliable on getting mail and
Yeah, on
bills.
that.
Yeah, no, I understand, it's,
And can you make that a requirement, not a please, this would assist us?
well, if we make it a requirement and they don't fill it out, then they don't get nothing.
Da-da.
Well, now we're really making enemies.
Because of revenue.
But you would get you would
And we
get
have
it.
lots of inches available.
No, I don't think that would
Is all
cause
this discussion even on the agenda?
It is kind of, yeah.
No, it isn't.
it. It
It's a
is.
It
Member
says
comment.
right in here, irrigation committee member comments. Committee
Well, that's a
member.
typo.
So we'll come up with something.
It
I
should
will
be an
take up
S
the
in
helm for her.
parentheses.
Thank you, Christie.
I am
I
a
will-
committee member.
I will come
She's
up.
not.
I
will-
am, I'm agreeing with her. I think that it's very easy to go to WaterSmart and figure out the logistics.
We will
Get
come up,
somebody in IT,
we will come
a
up
simple
with,
check mark.
we will come up with something.
You will, thank you. I'm sorry.
I think we're on to, if there's any other items for the.
Oh, I was another question.
At this point, I'm not sure what you're addressing, so you'll have to, is it for the committee comments and reports?
It's for the committee comments.
Okay, well, I'll let the chairman take over again. And then you can ask- We have digressed far enough, I'll let the chairman take over.
It's a nice.
So irrigation committee member comments and reports. Who has yes?
I was curious about a map of all of the ditches. I found it very difficult to find a map of where the ditches go, and I was curious if that could be attached to the ordinance when it goes out to people, or is there something that I'm missing?
I think there's a discussion, I think it's before your time,
It's kind of what.
where that is privileged information, or
Yeah, I don't know if I wanna
you're
put that.
not, it's not allowed to be released to the public.
Really?
Well,
Because some,
guess if you really wanted it, you could put a PRA in, but
It's in the best interest, I think, of us.
it's kind of an infrastructure issue with like,
You don't want somebody messing with it.
I don't want
Yeah.
somebody, yeah.
Hmm.
If you have a question,
But if
we
you have
can,
new people that want to have service, they have no idea.
then they have to ask someone that has access to the map.
Okay,
They probably got a neighbor that knows
I mean,
water.
if you have,
right,
if you
yeah.
have a
Don't ask
specific
the
question, we
neighbor.
can talk
Come here.
offline. But I don't know if I wanna release like a,
no, I understand that. I remember one of the meetings that I was attending, and I was attending on Zoom. Somebody referred to a map that was here in the room
oh, it would've been one
And I
of these
couldn't see
maps. It would've been these maps.
of the ditches.
General.
There's no map, we didn't refer to any maps of dishes, we were referring to the
You
map
did.
of Stumpy.
It was something that was
He
on
did.
a display.
Cause you either brought it in one time, cause doesn't it come down off?
There was